do you have?
All right, Pro Football Focus ranked the top 10 offensive coordinators, and stop me if you've heard this recently. The Bears offensive coordinator made the cut. PFF ranked Shane Waldron as the 6th best offensive coordinator in all of football after resurrecting Geno Smith in Seattle, despite some offensive line woes and some problems last year. 2 career years for Geno Smith under Shane Waldron puts him in the top 10 at PFF. That adds on to the expectations with the receivers, with Caleb Williams, with a retooled offensive line, a new running back room, shot or no shot. With all the expectations around this offense, the Bears need to be a top 10 unit.
Need is a tough word. Need to be. Would like for them to be. Need? What do you think?
Look, I think they'll be top 10. If they're top 10 with the way their defense is, that team has a chance to win the NFC. I'm thinking they're like top 15.
The offense?
With a rookie QB, a rookie wideout, still some issues on the offensive line. Nate Davis is sidelined again. And even Eberflus, who's holding guys accountable. I told you that. He's out there going, availability. It was a direct shot at Nate Davis. Mm-hmm. Direct shot. No, they don't need to be top 10. They need to be top 15.
Offensively.
Yes.
So you don't mind the 26 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, 3,700 yards. You're good with that, right? As a baseline for Caleb Williams?
I would like more than that. I know that's is that Sports Illustrated who projected that?
If he gets more than that, they're a top 10 offense.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay. That'd be great.
Yes.
If he's crossing 4,030, they're a top 10 offense.
Where was Houston's offense ranked last year?
What was it, Carm? You know?
Look that up, boys.
Well,
tell me where they were.
Because that was the conversation last week talking about, and it spilled over into the Waddle and Sylvie show because it was a poll question that Sylvie put out. Is 20-12 and 3,700 yards, would you say that's a successful first year for Caleb Williams? And I think 95% of the people that voted said, yeah.
Houston's offense ranked 11th by yards, but keep in mind, Stroud only had 23 touchdowns. So if you're asking for 30 from Caleb.
Well, he also threw for 4,300 plus yards.
Yeah, but you don't get points off those. So if you're asking for 30 from Caleb and 4,000, you're going to end up being a top 10 offense.
Right.
Yeah, and it need to be. I would like for them to be. That would be nice to see. But 26 and 12 and 3,700 yards for a rookie quarterback is progress with this offense. It definitely is progress and a lot to build on. You're not going to get all your cake in year one. You're just not. You're not going to get it all in year one. But I think moving forward, as he learns, as Waldron learns, as the offensive line, everyone else learns offensively, it's going to get better. Starting today.
What was MT10, Mitch Trubisky, in his first year as a starter?
Oh, look that up, boys. Would you look that up for us, boys, please?
He was 24 and 12 with 3,200 yards. Passer rating of 95. So, all right.
Shane Orley.
All right. Well, no, Mitch in his rookie year was 7 and 7. You're looking at his first year.
No, I said his first full year as a starter. First full year as a starter was 2018. They went 12 and 4.
Darnell Wright had a solid rookie season at tackle last year, but camp so far, based on some reports, has left a bit to be desired. So far, the reports that Darnell Wright has been unable to block Montez Sweat. I don't think that's a death sentence. Blocking Montez Sweat is a very difficult thing to do, but you do expect a little more out of a tackle now in his second year that you used a top 10 pick in the draft on. Shot or no shot, there is zero reason for concern with Darnell Wright.
Look, if he's blocking Montez Sweat, then you know what first take Shay's question would be? We should be concerned about Montez Sweat because a second-year right tackle's handling him. Montez Sweat's one of the best pass rushers in football. He got a $100 million deal because he's that freaking good. Unless you tell me Darnell Wright's on his back every day getting crushed, steamrolled, if he's struggling with Montez Sweat, guess what? That's part of the deal.
Yeah, that's a no shot. There's no there is no concern about that matchup. Montez Sweat is elite at his position. Darnell Wright's learning.
Iron sharpens iron, as you like to say.
No question. And so that's why. And Shay, you know how this works, right? When you're a coach, you see both sides of it. He's like, oh, Montez is ready. Darnell Wright, well, he's getting a learning experience, right? He's going to school. They take it on Montez Sweat. And so the hope is that in the regular season, Darnell Wright realized, like, okay, Montez Sweat is pretty tough. When I go into my matchups, I realize what I got to do to hold off defenders. Like Montez Sweat's at the top, one of the tops. So it's going to happen. What I'm saying is, as a coach, I wonder what the offensive line coach thinks. Does he just shrug his shoulders like, well, that's Montez Sweat. What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do?
Right.
He's that good. Shay.
All right. I am angry about the Eric Fetty trade yesterday. When it went down, I looked at it as bizarre, with the Dodgers effectively paying the freight for the Cardinals to acquire Fetty and Pham. And the Dodgers just took on Tommy Edman, who hasn't played this season. Fetty is on pace for like a 7-WAR season at Baseball Reference. It would place him among the best in baseball this year. He's currently second in the American League in wins above replacement among all pitchers. 3.11 ERA. He's got a 7-4 record on the worst team in baseball. Got traded in a package with 2 other players for 2 prospects and an MLBer. Neither prospect ranked in the top 15 of the Dodgers system. I just thought it was odd and a little light. And then late last night, Yusei Kikuchi, a pitcher who stinks and has a .2 WAR and a 4.75 ERA, gets moved for 3 prospects, 2 of them in the top 15 of Houston's system. And I look at this and go, Chris Getz did a bad job. Shot or no shot. The rest of the league looked at an inexperienced Chris Getz like a piñata.
That's a shot. That's a shot. And I know that sounds harsh, but again, look at what former general manager Jim Bowden said. Look at the facts of what the Sox were able to get back. Would I would have liked to see a top 10 prospect? Sure, Cap. But here's the thing. You can get top 10 prospects, but who are they going to be in 5 years on this franchise with this team? Who are they going to be? And by the way, if they're good, will you pay them when the contract time comes around? If the same ownership is in place? No.
Let me ask you a question. If they had not drafted Andrew Vaughn 3rd and they had drafted Bobby Witt Jr. 2nd, who went right in front of him, Bobby Witt got $285 million by the Royals. Before the season, they called a press conference and the owner said, that's the face of our franchise. We're locking him up. He got like 10 years. Do you think the White Sox would have done that? No chance.
Nope. Now, here's the thing. This is not the whole he'd be a boob, with a Sox cap on. He would not be. Bobby Witt Jr. would be a really good player for the White Sox, no question. But when it comes to nut cutting time, contract time, he wouldn't get the money.
Right.
He would not.
Correct.
Unfortunately.
Correct. They would try and we'll give you $40 million and see if we can lock you up for 5 years. No, not going to happen. It's a bad way to do business, man.
I just wish that the organization, the baseball side of the organization, would be on par with the amenities and the bread and circuses and the good time at guaranteed rate. If that could match up, boy, you'd have hell of a franchise.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
No question.
I wish the food and the good times there and the people that work there hard, busting your ass for the White Sox, would be on the same par. I wish the ball club was on the same par as them.
Well said. You're correct.
It's just not. It's not restaurant quality.
You are correct.
It just isn't. Shay, can you squeeze in one more?
Yeah, we got some reports this morning. Bob Nightingale first. Jesse Rogers also got in on this, texting me. He believes it as well. Garrett Crochet, the White Sox expect will be moved today. Jesse said he thinks Crochet will be moved. The Padres, the Dodgers, the Braves, all intrigued by Crochet. Shot or no shot, this time tomorrow, Garrett Crochet will not be a White Sox.
That's a shot.
Come on, Jesse.
That's a shot. It's everything that we read.
That's a good take, Jesse. Take that, Craig.
If Nightingale said it, it must be true. If I need my White Sox information, that's where I go first.
He's as tapped in on the White Sox as Jerry is.
So it will happen. If Nightingale said it, then it's going to happen.
Yep, agreed. He'll be gone. And Luis Robert, not so much.
It's weird, Shay. I just went to the White Sox page on ESPN.com and it got Bitpoint Defender. Won't let me in.
Oh boy. Well,
that's strange.
Yeah, that whole Bitpoint Defender thing, that's a segment in and of itself.
I mean, my God.
I tried to click on the Sun Times one morning. Bitpoint Defender has blocked you. What?
Clearly, the White Sox page on ESPN.com makes the computer sick.
Well, honestly, Hoodie, you might be spared not going to that page. You won't have to see that the White Sox trade Crochet for Albert Pujols' birth certificate. I mean, these teams, I'm telling you, they're looking at Chris Getz. You hit him and stuff falls out. Like that trade yesterday is just ridiculous to me.
I hear you. No, I agree with you 100%. I totally understand. However, no matter what they get back, those players more than likely will not be in the system. The way that the Sox are so poor with development is continues. It has to turn around. Now, here's the thing. I'm giving Getz a chance, but with that ownership, he won't get the same backup that most general managers would get.
Correct.
Hey, it's contract time. Okay, well, he's been good for the organization. He's productive. Pay him. It's not going to happen here.
Agreed. Like, Nick was in here going, the Cubs could spend more. Sure, they could. No question. You compare what the Cubs spend to what the White Sox do? Oh, my God. It's like a different sport.
If I want to be an A's fan, I'd butter my fat ass into the Coliseum seats and be an A's fan. That's not what I'm here for. I'm a Sox fan in Chicago, in a major city.
Correct.
And that's how they run their franchise, the A's. And the Sox are the same way. Got to be better.
Yep.
Got to be better.
By the way, a lot of Sox hate today. Cap, any thoughts on your team's starting Tyone to get shelled a day ahead of the deadline yesterday?
Well, because they're not trading him.
That's tough timing.
I mean, I'm sure that his mind wasn't completely locked in where it was supposed to be. Am I getting traded? I don't know. Should I go warm up? Yeah, go warm up.
He got obliterated yesterday.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. He gave up 6, I think.
Yep.
That's his worst start of the year.
Taking on Chris Spires, who can play a little shortstop, a little second, and start for you. Pretty good for the Reds.
It's not Chris Spire. That
Coming
was
up next.
Spire.
Huh?
I don't even think he's alive anymore.
You're always killing people.
Hold
Probably
on a
wrong.
minute. I think Chris Spire died.
Around the NFL is coming up, and don't forget
Hang
Albert
on.
Breer with the latest on the
Hold on a minute.
Albert Breer with the latest
Chris
on the
Spire.
Bears on the NFL.
He's still alive.
He's alive.
Sorry. He's 74.
You're an a-hole. See what I mean? Always killing people. He's dead, kid. He's dead, kid. He's alive. See?
Former baseball player. He is 74. Married to Katie. Yeah.
You sure?
Son Justin, who pitched for the Cubs and others.
Sure.
Yeah, he's alive. Sorry, Chris. I knew him when he was a Cubs third base coach. He's a good man. I thought
Wait, to be clear, he still is a good man.
Yeah, he is.
That was a good man because he's alive.
Yeah, he's alive. He is alive. Sorry, Chris. Didn't mean to kill you.
As we continue to talk about the late Chris Spire here on Kap and J Hood around the NFL on the Chicago.